Yo, what up guys, Captain Blam here. So I just want to go over the final build before the subclassing patch, and don't worry, I do have a build in mind for the subclassing patch that I have tested on BTS that I'm very excited to share when the time comes. But for now, we got a build to last you until the end of the patch, which is about a month away on PC. On console, it's probably going to be a little further than that, maybe another month. I don't know how they do the console releases, to tell you the truth. But let's get into the build. So, first and foremost, running Battlorgs, of course. What's a good 1vx build, 2vx build without Battlorgs? Want a Warden? One Piece Trainee, or a Mythic, actually running Sea Serpent's Coil. You can actually replace Coil with Saint the Seducer. However, I've been running Coil for a while now on my Wardens, so I'm not really too fazed by the reduction in speed, because I just run 2 Swift and Celerity to kind of make up for it. I would also recommend doing the 2 Swift Celerity with Seducers as well, even though you don't have the snare. It's also just really nice to be fast in that case if you do a swap. So getting into like the meat and potatoes of the build, like the main sets, back bar, we're using Rallying Cry, which will make you tankier versus crit, so you take less crit damage. You also get more crit chance and max mag. And you also get some weapon and spell damage, which is really nice. And getting into the front bar set, we're actually running Shattered Fate. So here, you see I have 2 Shattered Fate axes. I would replace this glyph, the Restore Stamina glyph, with like a Disease glyph. I think that would be better. That was already on it when I pulled it out the bank. But yeah, I would definitely run 2 Precise axes here, which will give you a lot more crit damage, and the Precise will give you a lot more crit chance. And you don't need the weapon damage because we have Rallying Cry and Sea Serpent's Coil giving us a shit ton of weapon damage, along with Battlorgs. So you can just build straight into crit and crit chance off of the Precise battle axes. As for the Mundus, running the Thief to get the spell and physical crit up. See, when we're buffed up, 40% crit. If you have the scrolls, this actually jumps all the way up to 45%. We have the scrolls that give you a crit chance, which is really nice. And the attributes, 20 mag, 33 health, 11 stam. You could run more mag, you can run more stam. Some changes I'm actually considering to the build, because you could probably see in like the footage that I got stam checked a couple times, is I might run Stam Betty. And then swap Arterial Burst for Blood. And maybe even run Vamp Stage 3 to get the Blood cost down, so you don't kill yourself with it. So those were like the changes that I would kind of recommend, is maybe running more stamina with the Stam Betty, and then changing Arterial Burst to Blood. And as for the bars, these are my bars. You can actually front bar Northern and back bar Spell Wall if you want to, but I like having options. Personally, I really like Dawnbreaker Shocks combo. That's my favorite combo in the game, but sometimes you need a good Northern as well. And of course, Northern is just super effective outnumbered. As to get back to these, I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4 heavy reinforced. This Divines, I'm pretty sure I just bought that off the Guild Trader because the Impin version was too expensive, but I'd probably run Impin, Rallying Cry Sash, Impin, Shattered Fate, and the shoulders should also be Impin, or you could run well fitted for all 3 of these, or you can even run Sturdy for these. You can actually drop one of the reinforced as well for like Sturdy or Impin as well. Getting into the champion points. Fighting Finesse. Fighting Aura for more AoE damage, because literally everything on this build is AoE except Blood / Arterial Burst. Ironclad. Master at Arms. Survival Instincts, Gains Refuge, Sustained by Suffering, and Celerity. And if you do Satan the Seducer over Coil, you can actually probably remove Celerity, even though I do still kind of recommend it. You could take off Celerity and run something like Slippery. You can run Relentlessness, Peace of Mind for more mag recovery. I actually really like Peace of Mind, very underrated. I would recommend it if you have any mag sustain issues. Or, what is it called? Juggernaut, which is 5% reduction versus Relentlessness's 10%. However, this lasts much longer than Relentlessness, so I would actually recommend Juggernaut over Relentlessness in a lot of cases. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. Oh, for the food, we're running a smoked bear haunch, and for the pots, we're using tripods. Alright, I think that would basically cover for the build. I'll show you the armor as well. So back bar, we have 30k resistances. Front bar, 25k. About 26k on the spell resist. You can get that higher if you ran light gloves, which could also be a play. I think it gives you more crit chance, so, and get more crit chance and penetration. But with the gloves, you get more crit. The medium gloves, you get more crit damage and weapon damage. So it's kind of like, which one do you want? And just to check some stats real quick, because I actually didn't check this before. Let's find some light gloves. Okay, so light gloves will give you 1% crit chance. So yeah, I'd probably just do the medium gloves, because you do want that crit damage, since we don't have the Shadow Mundus on. Also, I would recommend Khajiit as well, because this is a crit-oriented build. Like a crit penetration, well, you got crit penetration and weapon damage. You literally have everything. So, very strong build. If you don't want to run that acuity cheese, this is definitely like the next best thing, I would say. And of course, you don't have the drawback of the downtime of acuity and the annoyance of acuity if you like accidentally proc it and shit. Anyways, yeah, that would cover it. Thanks for watching.